Greetings, I am CrossKnights, and this is the final episode of Tunic. You just see what I did there? 3 flowers. 3 flowers is apparently a sign where things happen. This game is full of secrets. What is this secret? I don't know. I haven't figured this one out yet, but I found it. This is gonna be a very difficult episode for me. I'm basically collecting footage, and when I see a secret, I'm putting it in this compilation. But I'm figuring it out as I go. I don't know everything yet. But I'm just going to try to walk you through it, and then we'll find everything, and we will complete the book. And that means more than you would think. It will lead to something that I still haven't seen and don't exactly know what happens. I suspect, but... right here, though... So this is my old file. This is before New Game Plus, just because I wanted to show you... It is possible to get that dumb dagger in 2 different ways. It's never too late, basically. If you're already dead and in the far shore, you can still get it, and I wanted to show you how you can get it. Like, this is how you get to the West Plain. You just teleport here, and that little cave area right there is where the magic dagger is. Now, you need the magic dagger for some puzzles, so at least one. I'm not going to get it because I want to show you how to get it, how you're supposed to get it normally. And it's so easy. I was so close to finding it. But that's... all I wanted to show there, we're now in New Game Plus. You notice my health bar, massive. So, let's get to it. My main mission is going to be to find 20 fairies. There's also a bunch of treasures. I don't know if the treasures are necessary for 100%. But look at that. That guy obviously wasn't there before. I didn't know this, but in addition to keeping your stats, there are new enemies in New Game Plus. I mean, that guy's a crazy person to have in the first area. But, yeah. So, here's another example. Little clones of you will sometimes be in certain places. And they do, in fact, still have the attack that decreases your maximum health. But I'm not going to show all the places where there's new enemies. That would just take forever. I just wanted to show that things are different. But also, 3 flowers. This drove me crazy. And there is a clue to this. Like, I was just wondering, like, how am I supposed to know that these 3 flowers are a thing? This is where it is. You're supposed to see this. Well, you're not supposed to see it and know. You're supposed to see something specific on the map, then realize that you can get through it, and then realize later on, oh, if I see 3 flowers, it's some type of secret. You see it right there where I'm standing right now? It's showing a little arrow thing to the... That's all it was. I wanted to figure that out, though. Like, without being told that 3 flowers was a thing, I wanted to figure it out. But yeah, we're just going to start off as normal. Now, you notice there on the wall, that is a holy cross symbol, so you just follow the path. It doesn't matter which one you follow, they're mirrored. You can follow either one, and it'll open the door. And then you can go up. And I don't know... Yes, there we go. This is a treasure. Again, there are treasures and fairies. I don't know if you need all the treasures. You might. By the way, I want to point out again, this game is very meta. Meta in more ways than a lot of games. Like, when you pause, you see a CRT television. The Holy Cross is the D-pad, right? You realize that. Anyway, you see that little symbol up there? This was in the instruction book. This tells you how to solve this. This is the first fairy puzzle that I'm going to do in the video. But if you want to solve it without the clue, you can. You start at the flower, and then you go up. Now, where can you go next? Right, then you'd hit a flower. Every time you hit a flower, you hit that direction. So, up, right, down, left, down, left, down, left, down, left, up. Yeah, you get it. Then you end with up, and if you do all those patterns, there it is. But they also told you the solution to this one. It's a bit more esoteric than a lot of them, so... It's cool that they showed the solution. I don't think I would have solved it without that solution. Also, this is the fairy thing. It changes in the book. It would have been cool if they did it with, like, pencil. Here's the next one. You see that flag? Now, I don't know where you're supposed to know this. But every time there's a dash, that means you have to hit that direction twice. So it's up, up, right, down, down, right, up, right, down, down. And then you get it. I'm assuming at some point, and maybe I'll figure out before the end of this, that they teach you that those dashes means double the direction, but I have never found that clue. Here's another, what is that, bed? They're showing the bed in the house. Huh. I don't know why I showed that. Because that didn't help me figure anything out, but maybe there's still secrets. This is not related to fairies or the treasure, it's just an artifact, and I already got it. I didn't get footage of me getting it, but that's where it is. It is the bracer. The bracer is the opposite of the tincture. This increases your defense and lowers your attack. So, I want to try to show all of the things. I think I got almost all of them, but I missed a few. I missed a really cool one. This is important. I'm taking a picture here. That picture will be relevant later. Don't worry about it otherwise. But we are now in the West Garden, the location of the magic dagger. I just wanted to show that at every hero's grave is a clone of you. Perhaps the one that died there. And this is the only one that I showed in the original Let's Play. I suddenly realized that that pattern on the ground was a Holy Cross puzzle. So, you know, up, right, up, left, up, right, down, right, up. All right, you get it. You get all the way to the end. Again, either side. I would suggest doing the one on the right just because you can see all of it. It's not blocked by a weird pillar, but you can still figure it out. So that's another one. I believe that's 3 out of 20 fairies. So we're moving along. And right here, right in this place, it's right before the boss. You just go to the right here, and the place where you get the magic dagger is. I can't believe I missed this for the entire Let's Play. It's a cool weapon. It has utility. And I just didn't get to use it at all during the original Let's Play, so very sad, but I needed to pick it up because it's necessary to get one of the treasures. And it might be necessary in other places. But there you go. You just make ice with it. There's a cool trick you can do with it. And here's the other thing. This is going to set up for later for one of the other pages, but I'm working it out. As of me recording right now, this voiceover, I don't quite know how to do it. This place also works differently than any other place. Like, I see the 3 flowers, right? So I think shotgun. No, not shotgun. Not praying. You just have to tap the confirm button, and it will open it like it's a normal door. No words. I don't, again, wouldn't have figured this out. But then you can get under here and pray, and it will light up the teleporter that I was never able to figure out how to light it. Now, for some reason, that door was open in before I got to New Game Plus, if you remember, when I was in the far shore. I don't think that was supposed to happen. I probably could have gotten the page then, but I think I need the teleporter in order to do anything useful here. And I don't... You can get the teleport thing while you're alive, but I'm still confused as to whether it's a glitch or not. So I'll look into that more also. So this is where you go to get the first hero's grave, where you get to get your sword. There's an entire, like, underforest that I never found the first time. I was able to find it this time without looking it up, just because so it's not, like, impossible to find, basically. You just have to be a bit more curious than I was the first time I played, and even during my Let's Play. But you can go down here, and this is where you need the ice dagger, and the knowledge that the ice dagger and the fire weapon at the same time have an ability. But not only that, it's even more. So here's where they give you the clue. There's a picture. That's where I am right now, on the bottom. And it's also saying ice dagger plus fire makes new thing. So you can actually shoot a bolt of ice, range-wise, freeze someone, and then grapple to them. Now, you're going to want to get rid of your sword for this. Don't just, like... Because you're not going to have enough slots otherwise. But here's another treasure if you do that. So yeah, you can grapple to frozen enemies. Instead of you pulling them to you, you will go to them. There's probably more puzzles that can be solved that way. I just don't know of any currently. But that's another treasure. And then if you... This is the same area, you just go down and to the right. This is where that picture comes in. I took another one also. Apparently there are 5 of them. If you take pictures of all of them, or mark down all of them, and piece them together in your brain, you'll be able to figure this out. So, later. We'll deal with all of that later, because I don't have all the pieces yet. This one is much more straightforward. You can kind of see where it is. It's right under the first bell. Do you see it? Look at the wall. Look at that moss. That moss is a Holy Cross path. Now, I tried it, and nothing happened. But that's because it actually continues. It's not as straightforward as it seems. It continues on this side. So I would suggest, I mean, you could just look up my video now, but I would suggest writing this out, because I wasn't able to do this, because you can't see all of it at the same time, and I kept on forgetting certain directions, and it wasn't working out. So there's what I wrote out. The line is where it goes off the wall, and the 2 arrows on the bottom are just because I ran out of space on the page, but there it is in front of my monitor there. But yeah, you just type all of that out, and you'll get the next ferry. So alright, we're moving right along. This is all I've recorded now. Maybe I'll have more knowledge for you next time. Next time being now. But I recorded all that, now I gotta record more. So let's see. Man, what a difference a day makes. I know a lot more now. I would have done things so differently, but whatever. Behind this waterfall that's by the Dark Tomb is the secret fairy meeting place. This is where all fairies that you release will chill and be fairies and be cool about it. But I did just want to show that there is a puzzle. You can see it behind those stones. I'll take care of that later. I had a way that I was going to do this. I was only going to show the puzzles that I understood and knew how to do, but I realized that's kind of dumb. But there's a reason that I've only shown these puzzles. Basically, even if I can't figure it out, I was like, I want to make sure that I only do puzzles that I would have been able to figure out and had a chance in hell. By the way, there's another piece of that broken sign. We'll get to those. But I'm gonna try to show everything, even if I can't do it. But right now, so I realized also unique enemy that you never see unless you come here in the daytime. I was trying to do this during the Let's Play and then I forgot. I saw so many videos and pictures on IGN of the main character walking around with the teleport crown during this world, so I was like, there must be a way to get it, right? So that's why I came here. I tried to find out if there was a way to get it. Now, there is a way to get it in this world before you go there, but it involves, I think, glitches, and I don't know whether the developers intended them or not. I'm actually trying to deflect the shot, which I don't even know is possible. It might not be. But I found out that there's this space down by the fence that you can walk around this door, because you can't power up the gate unless you're in the far shore, because there's a ghost bridge that appears. But if you just go down, there's this little gap here, and you can just walk. Now, that still wouldn't help you, because once you get to the cathedral, the door is closed, because again, you can't power any of the doors, but you can get to part of this place. This part's probably intentional, and I wanted to do the little skull puzzle that I didn't do before. You saw me in the regular LP. I did figure it out, I just didn't find all the skulls. And it's kind of cool, they're not red, they're like a gold color in the daytime, but there's the first one. And this is, look how long this took me. This is at 4 times speed. Like, I don't like this puzzle. I read some people that took like half an hour to do crap. But that's 2 of them. Then the last one's on this cliff, you can just push it down. And it actually lands pretty close. The other one I could not find. I had to look this one up. But it's actually behind that cross tomb right there. It's just completely invisible. I think if you move the camera, there's a chance you can see part of it, but I also heard if you accidentally push it too far to the right, it might actually be permanently stuck, and then you have to reset everything, but whatever. This is that. I'm glad I was able to show one that I actually did figure out, because the clue was good. I still probably wouldn't have been able to find everything without looking it up, but yeah. That's another treasure for me. And here's another little secret. You go to your house, and there's actually, if you look on the map, there's a clue that that's there. This is the treasure room. I think I'm gonna get all the treasures. I don't know entirely. Again, we're doing this as we go. I'm filming this over the course of multiple days and then doing post-commentary. That's the only way I can think to do it. Very involved video, but yeah, if you get all of them, something happens. But now, at this point, I'm on a quest to get back to the far shore, which means I needed to basically play the entire game again. I in fact, streamed my quest. By the way, there's a puzzle here. You see the ground? Up, right, up, left. It's hard to see everything because of that pillar blocking it, but it's mirrored on both sides. So, move the camera, figure out the mirror, put in the codes. Pretty easy one. But yeah. I'm actively trying to get back to the far shore now, so I have to find all 3 keys. Now, if you want to see me do that for some reason, I did, in fact, stream it. So, in the description, there's going to be a lot of links in the description, by the way. Also to, like, videos that helped me. Because I'm going to use some pictures. You know, I gotta give credit where credit is due. This is another one. You can tell how it starts, but it's different because there's so many flowers. You basically play connect the dots. So, you know, up, right, but then down, right. And I'm actually walking the path that you have to take. So do. Because of the isometric view, it's a little bit hard to tell how things line up sometimes, but that's all it is. This is another one that I would have been able to figure out pretty easily. Because it's just so similar to the other one. Alright, here's something I found. This is going to be live commentary. Alright, there is a... I'm going to the shrine to get one of the keys. There's a thing I never found, and I know what it does. I believe it's called the muffling bell. We'll get rid of this. It basically makes me more stealthy. So let me just go to the... Here we go. Okay. As indicated, I mean, that's a... I think it makes you more stealthy. I don't know how I got that from that picture, but it's called the muffling bell. What else would it do? But yeah, it was just under this waterfall. There's a treasure chest right here. I never found it in this weird cave of spiders outside that village where all the guys with the candles are. You know. You remember. Alright, but I got it. Cool. I wonder if I'll be able to see a difference. So that was during my live stream. So now this is after my live stream. Finally, I could have gotten this during the original LP, before this end episode, if I just realized, or just, I should have looked more things up, instead of just trying to do everything myself. But yeah, there's a page right there. I still don't think that was supposed to be activated, because I didn't do it, but it was activated, so I could have done it. But it shows this other page. It says, take your rightful place, that's what I did, or share your wisdom. This is a clue of how to get the next ending. Use the power of the Holy Cross and transverse the golden path. Yeah, you can see where this is going. You might be able to see why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is the other page. And it mentions the fairies, and it talks about the fairy-seeking spell, which is already, yeah, we already knew that because of this side. So, this is the library. In order to do what I wanted to do, like the mention, I'm trying to get back to the far shore to get the teleport crown in the regular world. You can do it. I could have done it without doing New Game Plus and saved me literal hours. I'm only showing this because this is where I like to start to decide, like, I should just show everything without an explanation. The rug in the center, which hopefully I'll go back through, is the puzzle. I couldn't figure it out. And I see no one explained it because maybe it's obvious. I don't know if I'm supposed to, like, follow the thin line or if I'm supposed to, like, follow the path that it kind of makes, or is it like a maze like you see it down there? I didn't know where to start. I didn't know where it ended. I'm not even going to show myself getting it because I don't have footage of it. Just know that I complete this. You don't need to see the treasure chest teleport in every time, right? But, like, I couldn't figure that one out. I don't understand it, so... this one, though... This is an example of something that I didn't figure out. I stared at it forever. It actually gives you a clue that this is over here. But I could have figured out, and I understand the answer pretty easily. Do you see the little different clusters of flowers? This is different than the other puzzles. You may notice, though, that there's a grouping of 1, and a grouping of 2, and a grouping of 3, and you get the idea. So 1, left, 2, down, 3, right, 4, left, 5, up, and 6, down. That's the puzzle. It's numbers. We're doing numbers that correspond with directions. That's all that is. I like that one. I don't know how long it would have taken me to figure it out, but I do like it. I like where it's placed. I like the puzzle itself. It didn't seem too esoteric. And this is right in the quarry. Like, right when you get to the quarry, the mountain path shortcut, you start at the triple rocks. It's just kind of hard to figure out how to finish this one. So I had to look up the solution, but I was like 90% there. So it's up, right, down, left, up. You know, you play connect the dots. Right, up, left, down. The main thing, though, is that there's 2 rocks all the way to the edge, so you have to hit right twice at the end and then down, because there's one all the way down in the corner to the right. You might not even be able to see it very well. There's the fairies I collect. I need 10. That's all you require to get the true ending is 10 fairies. I plan to, like, find them all, but, like... Anyway, if you resurrect yourself in the Far Shore by finding all the hero graves, you can sleep in this bed. And this is massive. Once I found this out, I lost my freaking mind. Because that's why all these IGN, like videos and clips, they never said this, but that's how you walk around in the regular world with the teleport ability. You can just do it anytime. There is no reason, if you're trying to get 100% in this game, there is no reason to do New Game Plus. The entire thing was a waste. But I had already found, like, the first break, that 10 minutes, I had already done all of that, and I was not going back. I was not going to do all of that again. And so instead I just spent, like, 2 hours getting back here. I figured that was the better choice. Plus I had a nice little stream. Talked to Boss and Adam and some other people. So, that was cool. But, this puzzle, so I finally figured it out. I just kept on putting it in wrong. It's a pattern. You go right 4 times, then up 4 times, then right 3 times, then up 3 times, then right twice, up twice, right once, up once. That's all it is. It was just very hard, like, telling how many times the box was spinning each time. But that's all it was. It turned out being very simple. I really like this one just because it's, like, so weird with the music. Cool puzzle. And again, another one that I was able to understand. This one angers me quite a bit. I don't like it. I knew what to do very quickly, but not exactly the particulars. And the worst part is that it's very hard. Like, I was trying to blast through the wall because I saw 3 flowers, but no, that's just telling you there's a secret path. You can just walk there. I figured out what to do very quickly, but then I didn't get the particulars. And I don't know how long it would have taken me to figure out. The worst part is that you don't see the beginning of it unless you run there. But you basically just need to watch this guy, and the directions that he walks are the button impresses. Now, sometimes he walks further, and I thought, like, you'd have to, like, that time would be, like, right, right, right. No. I'm speeding things up right now. Here's the worst part. You see how he walks diagonally? I had no idea what that meant. What it means is he's resetting the pattern. Didn't know that. So the pattern actually starts here. The only way to know that, though, like, you have to run there, because he doesn't wait for you. If you run there, you can probably see that he starts and the first one is down. So ignore how many times he walks, or how many squares he walks. All that matters is when he stops. Then it's a new direction. And this is the full pattern at 5 times speed. This is another reason I don't like it. It just takes forever to watch. 5 times speed. 5 times is what that just was. But yeah, you type in which direction he walks, and you get the chest. It's like, I didn't understand all the rules there. I probably, given hours, I'm sure I would have gotten it eventually. But alright, we have enough fairies, so we're going back to the fairy place. I started back here because I just wanted to show what a delight it is to play the normal game with the teleport. You really, like, guys just can't stop you anymore. If you want to leave, you're gone. What are they going to do? Nothing. You teleported behind them. It's also more fun to fight them. But once you get 10 fairies, a page appears. The final page, really. Not the final page, but the final page. This is a clue on how to decode the language of Tunic. I've seen tutorials. I don't understand it. I don't know what that clue is like. Does that mean that sword? It talks to, like, glyphs will, like, exist on top of each other to create new letters. It's a very clever language. I do appreciate it. But it's gonna take people, like, smarter than me and that don't have dyslexia and have difficulty understanding syllables and stuff. And look, we have the back cover, which I think is pretty cool. And that's not pointless. There's information on here, but we'll worry about that later. There we go. There's the entire book, except for the front page. The front page is the last page, but in order to get the last page, we must complete the most ridiculous puzzle in the game, and one of the most ridiculous ones in video game history, I think, the Golden Path. And we've already started going down the Golden Path, even if we don't know it yet. So again, those two symbols on the back of this wall are identical, and different parts of them are blocked out. So you just need to, like, move the camera, look around, and eventually you'll be able to figure out where the fairy is. What's cool about this one is that it's just, this fairy's just gonna, like, hang. Because it's already in the meeting place. They're not going anywhere. Now, the only thing you get for getting all of the fairies is another treasure. But if you get all of the treasures, you get yet another thing. Not necessary for getting the thing that I'm trying to get. Here's the coolest secret in the game. Absolutely not required, but very cool. I get stuck here a little bit, but if you saw on the map there's a little arrow, it's because there's a staircase that goes down. This is the changing room. I understand how it works a little bit better now that I've watched my video, but I did not understand what was happening when I was recording this. But you walk behind the thing, you might notice that my scarf is a different color. Walk back, it's changed back. Now, I didn't realize that the direction that you walked mattered, and I don't know what those bells do. But yeah, you can just keep on going through. You can change your scarf color. This changes your tunic color. Now, I saw so many people with, like, just being a white fox, and that's how I was like, what is happening? And then you can change your nose and boots color. I really don't like that one. It looks very weird to have, like, a Rudolph nose. So I try again. I don't realize that I just turned back to normal because I walked a different direction. The direction matters. So I haven't seen all of the colors. This one, like, is pretty close to the brown, but, like, you're a little yellow. But yeah, I think that's really cool. In any case, here's my plan now. Before I get the golden path, I really want to make this quick. If I can keep this under 10 minutes, I'll be ecstatic. But I just want to show the rest of the fairies. It's mainly going to be, like, fairy here, maybe a brief explanation. But again, these are going to be the fairies that I've read how to get them, and I still don't understand what, like, it's just like I wasn't even close to figuring it out, even with the explanation. You know, halfway through this, I started to think, maybe I shouldn't even be showing the rest of these, but it's too late now. This one, it's just reflecting on the water. I could never do this with my dyslexia, but there's an image reflecting on the water. You got to figure out while it's, like, spinning and reversed. This one I've already explained. I thought there were 5 pictures you needed to take. No, this is the 5th one. The 5th one's the bottom, but here's the rest of them. You just piece them together in your brain, you put them together, and you'll get the fairy. This one I theoretically could have done, but at this point, I wanna reiterate that I'm not doing any of these. I am actively just getting the code that you need to type in the location and doing it. Whether or not I could have figured it out. I'm really just doing it for completeness sake. However, I am not finding all of the treasures. It's not worth it. I'm just going to do the golden path after this. This one, if I found it, I absolutely would have figured it out. What he's saying there, by the way, is I'm dancing the golden path. So, keep that in mind. Also, I actually sped this up. It's easier to tell what he's doing if you speed it up. I don't think I even need to explain that one, though. Just hit the directions that he's pointing. There, I explained it. Anyway. By the way, if you don't care about the rest of the fairies, like, just skip 3 minutes ahead. It's fine. I'm not going to be offended. Because I'm not even going to get anything useful. It's just going to be another treasure. This room was filled with guns. Now, this is crazy. I had no idea how to get this thing. I didn't even know it was in the game. I should have. But this is an hourglass. This slows down time. Now, I wish I hadn't destroyed those guns, because I bet it'd be really cool to, like, dodge the bullets, but look at that. So, if you're having trouble with a combat, you can slow down time for a pretty long time. I don't know, it's cool. I was practicing parrying with it, and it's obviously easier, but it's not as easy as you would think, because the parry window is so small. But anyway, you do the code on the back of the wall, and you'll go back here. And this is actually a really cool puzzle. I'm massively speeding this up. It's a 3D tower. You just go the directions that you have to walk when you get up the tower, so you probably want to write those down to figure that out. But otherwise, very cool puzzle. These puzzles are cool, I have to say. I just, I didn't find any. This one, I have no idea about this puzzle. Those are directions if you know the language. Then there's a page in the book where you get another clue about what the directions mean. I didn't really understand this one, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, and then this one, I'm just showing how to get there. There's the last piece of that broken arch. So yeah, there's a secret tunnel under here. This one involves an invisible maze. It's going to be very hard to tell. You see I just got blocked. Now, when you teleport, it breaks the maze, so you can't just teleport around. But I got to the treasure there. But yeah, if you actually do it correctly and don't teleport through the walls of the maze, then you just go the directions that you have to go once you solve the maze, and then you can get the treasure. And then you don't even have to do the maze, you can just teleport through the walls, and it's fine. Another cool one. The biggest part about this, though, is just finding the damn thing. This one I'm almost embarrassed about. The last two were like this. I must have walked past this a million times. There's blocks. There's a 1 on the bottom. There's a 2 on the left. There's a 3 on the left. So it's... And then there's a 4 on the bottom, so... Down, left, down, and then you follow the rest. It's exactly identical to this one, where I go John Wick on all of these cultists. Same thing. Those candles, I wouldn't have even... I wouldn't have known this, because these just look like candles just randomly placed. But there's 1 candle, then 2 candles, then 3 candles, then 4 candles, 5, 6. Same, it's literally the same thing as the puzzle I just did. The biggest part of the puzzle isn't solving it, it's noticing that there's a puzzle there. So... But if you use the fairy location spell, I'm sure you could have the fairy tell you that there's a puzzle there, then it'd be more obvious. That's the real thing. I never used that spell. I was already cheating at this point. Anyway, you go to the fairy cave, and all the fairies are here, and it's very cool. And then you got a treasure, and that's it. This entire last 4 minutes has just been doing that. Real quick, before I do the golden path, though, there is one more thing, and I'm, again, just like the ice dagger, very sad that I wasn't able to get it. So, you go back to the hero's grave at the, again, that cultist place with all the candles. It's just over here. You go here, and it's one of my favorite add-ons. I remember I didn't find this until late also, but it just makes you walk faster. Like, that's just a really cool thing to be able to do, is just walk faster. I didn't find it. I mention a lot of times that, like, my LPs are, like, kind of messy, you know? I don't do a ton of research on them, but when I miss major things like that, because I only played through once, and then I waited, like, 2 months, so I forgot everything, it sucks when I miss things like the ice dagger, and when I miss, trinkets like this. So real quick, before we get to the end, I meant to show these before. Someone translated every single NPC that talks, their language, and made pictures of it, which is really cool. But yeah, this is, you know, introductory guy. This is the person that where it just says hero or fool. He wasn't calling the hero a fool. He was saying either a hero or a fool, but it's same difference. The hero is a fool. This is interesting because I was speculating whether the glitches to get into the cathedral were like the developers knew about it. I think this proves that the developers do know about that glitch. The glitch involves freezing an enemy from afar and then pushing the enemy behind the door. I forget how it's done. And then using your lasso to go behind the door, and then you can get in there while you're still alive. If they didn't know about it, why, 1, would there be an enemy, a special enemy guarding the cathedral, and 2, why would they say this? And the most interesting one. This is the librarian that you kill. He is now on the far plane, because you killed him. Here to gloat? Idiot. You did it. You released the air, and now this. Now you must either defeat it, or take its place. Or find the Holy Cross, and share its wisdom. Good luck with that. And basically saying, you can't do that. But we're about to do that. We've already walked the path of the Holy Cross. We are now going to walk the Golden Path. So I'm going to switch back, finally, to live commentary. So we are back. We are at the mountain path. The mountain door is here. And the only way to open it is to follow the golden path and get stuck on a pillar. I'm trying to be epic here. I can't be getting stuck on pillars and staircases. But yes. We'll go... One quick thing. The bracer doesn't increase your defense and decrease your attack. It makes it so that you can block and use less stamina when you're... I just want to say... Okay. Now that all that's out of the way. The golden path. So as you can see, this is the puzzle that we need to solve. This is the mountain door. Look at him. Look at him contemplating. But it's okay. I have the true book of knowledge known as the internet, and it has helped me. Now, this really is one of the greatest puzzles I've ever seen in any video game. So, what does this mean? We obviously start here. If you follow any of the Holy Cross stuff, this is the start. So we go to 12. What does this mean? It means that we go to 12, page 12, and we look for some gold. Do you see any gold? Not there. Right here. Now, take this in your mind. Take that square out, cut it, and put it on the other page, in your brain. The bottom here would connect. You would go up, and then you would go left. So then what? Well then, that would take you over to 16. So, do you see the golden path? Well, it's come over here from 12, and continues from the left down. And, you know, you have to make some assumptions here. But it's down and then left because it keeps on going up. And then it goes left again. And in fact goes all the way over to page 15 and keeps on looping around. Now, is 15 in the path? I don't know, but we went left again is the point. So since we went left again, now we're not on page 15. 15 is here. I don't know if we hit 15. But now we're on page 34. Now, in your brain, it should look like this. I did not make this picture. This picture was made by a YouTuber named Fury Forged. He has some of the best guides I've ever seen because they're, like, entertaining to watch. So if you actually want to see all the treasures, if you want to actually get all the fairies yourself, don't... You probably couldn't have done mine. Mine is a mess. I'm doing other things. His are great. And somehow he just keeps it entertaining as you watch. So I'm going to have a link to his channel and the video that I got all this information from. I mean, I got it from IGN also, but... from him and IGN, I got all this information from. So now we're on 34. Note, I'm not going to do this entire thing. This is ridiculous. This video is too long. Fury Forge's video is way better than mine if you actually want to figure this out. But I just want to show some of the clever golden path things, because you've been looking at the golden path this whole time. Do you see it? Let's go to the Froggy Domain. Well, isn't this suspiciously golden? We came from the left. Now we're going down, left, up, right, up. So now we've gone up. Let's just do a few more. We're now on 46 because we went up. And look at that. Share your wisdom. The golden path is coming literally out of the book to really show that the golden path is part of the book. We went up, right, up, left, up, right. And we've gone right to 28. And here it is at the bottom. I think this is a physical thing that, like, I think that the land actually shows this part of the golden path. It's not golden, it's just like beach, but it's there. But we end up going up. One more before I just start looking through the pages. Because we've gone up. So we're now at 22. I'm not sure about this one. I think it's this. You see how there's a gold? So I think that would be up, left, up, right, up, left. Then it would end in left. That makes sense to me, but I could be wrong. But let's just... We're not gonna keep on going back and forth there. I just want to show instances, like, if I notice them real quick, I'll point them out. Here's the golden path. What page is this? Is this page... That would be page 2, I guess. But it's right here. You notice there's a strike through, so that means double the direction. Again, I don't know how you're supposed to know that. At some point, they must tell you that, though. Really tricky golden path right there. That part's gold in the background. Now, is it on every page? I don't think so, but it's on many pages. There we go. Up here, golden path. I don't see any here either, but there we go. That is a nice golden path there. All of these are blue, except for this one. I love this one from a graphic design standpoint, because this one is referring to your character, Highlighting it is not even unusual. You could see how maybe they wanted that one to pop more because it goes more into the map, but that's not the reason. The reason is the golden path. So they hid that one very well, basically. This is page 15, continuing from page 16. We already know about that. Here we go. The golden path. This is the golden path right there. I don't know which direction it's coming from because I'm not actually following it anymore, but that was it. That certainly looks like the golden path to me with a strike through, so double down or double up, depending on which direction you're coming from. That's a nice one. That's a nice one. Just looking into the clouds of the ruined atoll. What's an atoll? I don't know what that is. But here it is. Note the strike through, doubling one of the directions, depending on which direction you're coming. Now, let's say you're coming from the top. That looks like down, right, down, left, left. It could also be right, right, up. You get it. You get it. So this one's crazy, because there's a coffee stain on multiple pages here. That's just to distract you, though, because if you look really close, there's a golden path thing. Let's say that you're starting from up. It'd be down, left, down, right, up, right, down, right. This one is super tricky. And oh God, it's ridiculous. I mean, they tell you what pages to go, so you're going to be looking really carefully, but it's here. It's not this, though. You look in the background, there's a subtle golden thing. I believe if we're coming from the left, it would be right, down, left, down, right, up, because there's a strike through, and then it keeps on going up. There's a faded, more golden part to this. I'm pretty sure the fairy spell here might count as a golden path. I don't know for sure, though. Yeah, there is a 48. So anyway, once you get everything together in your brain, like you take all the pages, it's going to look something like this. Again, Fury Forged. Amazing. Amazing that they put this together. And then if you want to further break it down, it looks like this. So this is the solution to... Isn't this a cool puzzle? This is amazing. I remember there's a children's book where you had to find out who, like... It wasn't a murder. It was a murder mystery without a murderer because it was a children's book. And it was very similar to this. You go through this page, and there's tons of clues everywhere, like every single page. There's just like little things. There's little codes where you can find out like this person didn't do it, this person didn't do it. And then eventually, there's only one person left, and that's how you figure it out. This is what this reminds me of. And they put it in a video game, which is just awesome. So now, this is a monstrous code. I'm assuming I'm not going to type this incorrectly the first time, but let's try this. I have never opened this door before. No! God, I just typed in so many inputs, and I know that I just hit the wrong one. God, oh, God, I'm gonna die. Oh God, there's like, it's like 100 inputs, and I went left instead of right. I mean, right instead of left, see, I even said it wrong. Okay, let's try that again. My God. Up, left, down. I did it wrong. I did it wrong already. So yeah, up, left, down, left, up, left, down, left, up, right, up, left, up. I said the wrong thing, but I hit the right thing. All right, I'm not gonna read this out anymore. Alright, I typed the whole thing and it didn't work, which means there was, like, smaller parts that I would screw up constantly. Oh my God, okay. That took so long. I was looking at an instruction that just said, like, up, down, left. I couldn't, my brain must have not been able to do that. Probably dyslexia. I see left sometimes, I just go the wrong. But I just looked at the line going through it, the picture that I showed from IGN. Then I was able to do it the first try. Alright, well, here we go. I don't know, I mean, I know the page is up here. I don't know what else to expect, if anything. Look how fast I'm walking with my anklet. There we go. I just got the achievement, thanks for playing, completed the manual. This is the cover booklet to Tunic. There we go. Very cool. Dear player, You've come a long way, haven't you? You've probably found a lot of secrets. Maybe you stumbled across a hidden trophy room. Perhaps even freed every fairy. I hope you had fun, but there's at least one more thing for you to do. If this is your final page, you should pay a visit to a certain someone and share your wisdom. Thank you so much for playing. And this is just so cool. It looks like it's signed everyone who worked on the game. Keep this letter. You never know when it will be useful. Do not dispose of or eat this document. Also, there's a star here. Now, there's a final secret where you have to stand in water and reveal a thing. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm done. I only have one thing to do. I need to go to the heir. The heir, who was myself from not New Game Plus, from before New Game Plus, my previous character. We are going to confront them. As the librarian said, you're either going to need to defeat the heir to become them, or follow the Holy Cross and share your wisdom. I now have the wisdom. I have the entire instruction booklet of Tunic. Also, I was wrong about 8 being the max for stats. I don't know what the max is. I saw one video where a guy's health bar was so high it was like going off the screen, so there might not be a max. But oh boy. Oh boy, can you get strong. I'm actually like it's the amount of damage I'm taking from certain attacks now is so negligible because of my defense. It's crazy. Yeah, I bet that's about how much damage I take from all attacks. That might be the minimum. Bye, buddy. I don't know if I need to go back to the far shore. I keep on calling it the far plane, but the far shore in order to do this? I don't think so. I think I can just go into the center. Alright, I've never done this before. Let's see what happens. Share your wisdom? Nope, I'm fighting you with my stats. No. Let's do this. I'm pretty sure the process of becoming the heir strips your memory, too. The past me also didn't know. But they know now. Oh, look at that! We're watching TV now. Is it... Do we know that we're in a game, I wonder? Also, you know what? I switched the colors to classic CrossKnights colors of yellow and black. This is cute! This is just me hanging out with my future self. We don't need to fight anymore. We've ended the cycle. It's the snow angels. That was very cute. What does this mean for the world, though? Like, I guess it's not increased degradation. It's not the cycle. The cycle's been broken, but, like, the world's still destroyed, right? There's no way to bring back everyone from the far plane, right? Who's left besides us? I don't know, but stopping the cycle in itself, quite important. So yeah, thanks to everyone who stayed with me. I don't know if this video is entertaining. It's the thing that my weird completionist streak does. I feel like my endgame compilation videos are usually the least entertaining to watch, and yet they take the effort of sometimes 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 in this case, probably 7 times the amount of effort as it takes to make, I think, the more entertaining videos. But I'm compelled for the completionist thing. This video, like, kind of broke me a little bit, so I did not complete everything. It would have been in an additional at least 20 to 30 minutes to show the rest of the treasures, then what the treasures unlock. But go to, again, Fury Forged. Link in the description. I went to the specific video about the Golden Path so you can see all the secrets. I suggest watching it if you really want to see how cool the Golden Path is. I missed a few things, so... but, like, just type in Tunic to his channel and you can see other stuff. Like, you can see the, what happens when you get all the treasures. Because it opens in another room, and there's just more secrets, man. It's crazy. Every once in a while, I play a game by a developer when I'm just like, you're on watch, buddy. I'm gonna watch you, and the second you make any other game, I'm gonna play it. And these guys, absolutely, if they decide to make another one, oh boy, will I be watching them. Them, Supergiant Games. Team Meat doesn't really exist anymore. But the Game Bakers, absolutely. Aggro Crab, new game coming out next year. Another Crab's Treasures. So I enjoyed this game so much. And if you have a more observational and analytical mind than me, you've probably already gone through and, like, done a bunch of these puzzles. And I bet you had a good time if you made it far enough. So... the end. Thank you very much for watching. I see that this part of the recording where I started the Golden Path is 33 minutes. It can't possibly take that long. Most of that was me trying to do the Golden Path and failing. But thanks for watching. Thank you, as always, to my lovely patrons, and I'll see you guys next time in whatever I decide to do next. Later.